Good morning, my beautiful collective. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Rachel. I'm here to do a read for you today for the How to Wear a Crown Collective. If you don't know if you're part of the How to Wear a Crown Collective, that just means it's the collective of people who I am here to serve. So I use a combination of different intuitive abilities when I do my readings, including tarot cards. So we're going to get started because it was just on my heart and mind this morning as I was drinking my coffee. I started hearing that song. You know that song that says, "The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow." Well, I heard that and I thought Wheel of Fortune card. And then I just thought, well, it's time for a read for the collective. I don't know why. We're going to see. And if that Wheel of Fortune card pops out, I'm going to it's gonna blow my mind. Okay. This will be on YouTube is where I typically do these. I am pro streaming on our TikTok right now. What's up, TikTok? So that's a place where we can check that out too. But this will be uploaded in its entirety on YouTube later, so you can go there to see it. Okay. So first of all, I'm getting, oh my gosh, this is wild. So like it kind of started out where the reading ended yesterday. I did one last night. And the last card that I pulled for the reading yesterday was this Two of Cups, which really talked about this situation in which, like, your future self is going to be very proud of where they're at and that your current self is going to be proud of where your future self is going. It started with this idea of that you're receiving a divine gift from the universe. So definitely check out that reading if that's resonating with you right now. And if this reading resonates with you, you might want to check that one out as like a precursor to this one. That's kind of how my readings typically go. They will overlap and tell a story that connects together once you get into the collective and you are watching them regularly, you'll see that there's an overlay where there's a continuation and we just kind of keep going. We talk about past, we talk about future, but a lot of them are, it's more about your present situation. And then I also had this card come out as like dripping in self-worth, that there's divine delivery from the universe, that you're getting this desire, a deep desire of your heart. It's like out of your wildest dreams desire. And that there's going to be a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of like a divine surprise from the universe. Like God's not going to just give you the thing that you've deeply desired. There's also going to be more to it. There's going to be a facet of it that is unexpected and that makes you so excited because you weren't anticipating that part. Like you're anticipating getting this thing from the universe because you have been manifesting it. You've been working towards it. You've put the ball in motion. So you know this is coming for you. However, there is going to be an element of surprise. So that's kind of where we left off last night. And that the end result was this divine love between you and yourself, and you showing your past self love, you showing your future self love right now, and this evolved version of yourself that can't take all of this stuff with you. There was a particular person, so you'll have to go back and watch that on YouTube. But there was a particular person that came out. I want to put this one here, the Magician in reverse. A particular person that we talked about yesterday that could be in your world, that is not staying as you grow into the evolved version of yourself, that you can't take with you for whatever reason. And the reason is going to be the Magician in the reverse, why that person can't come with you. So the Magician in reverse, it was stealing your light. It was stealing your magic. I'm not it, that person. Well, there was also a couple of places where I said it was possible that we had a place or a thing too, but I was feeling more the energy of a person that would come with that. It was a person that we were letting go of. Coffee. Okay. So, there was a really deep explanation of who this person would be. So, and mainly just a few points about who that person would be was like a selfish person, a um, person who, yes, so it was like selfish. It was somebody who hoards things a lot, like hoards energy, time, resources, and isn't very generous in return. So, just so you can place who that person might be in your life. Um, but this person's not coming with you into the next chapter of your life, okay? Because the person is stealing your magic, stealing your light. And I feel like it's like a harnessing your energy. I talk with my hands a lot, so don't be surprised when I'm like, we're like doing all this weird stuff because I can't read without talking with my hands. This person was stealing your light. This person was stealing your energy. This person was stealing your magic. And I don't want to say stealing like it was intentional, like they were breaking into your house to steal, but I feel like it was very unconscious that this was happening. People do that sometimes. There's, when people are not awakened to their own power and their own intuitive gifts and their own abilities, they can tap into them unbeknownst to them, right? And do things with their energy that they don't know that they're doing. So sometimes people don't know how to pull energy from the universe. They don't know how to create it for themselves in their own world. And so they have to get it somewhere as a fuel source. This energetic vampire sort of idea. But I don't think that most people that we would consider like an energetic vampire or whatever are like running around doing this like maliciously. I think that it's just that they don't know any other way to get energy. They don't know how to manifest that type of energy within themselves. They don't know how to get it from God, angels, universe. They don't know how to pull it from Mother Earth. They just don't know any other way yet, except for to get it from other humans. Does that make sense? So, like, this person was utilizing you as a fuel source energetically, and it was weakening your energetic potential. So this is why that person isn't coming with you until into the next phase of your journey. But I'm wondering where this Wheel of Fortune comes in because I haven't seen it yet, but that was what I heard first this morning was the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Just like the song, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. And I couldn't get it out of my head. So I said, there has to be a reading behind this. But we're going to move into, I've got one card down here. I read so strange. Um, I don't really have like a rhyme or rhythm to the placements. They just come out how they want to come out. So we have this storyline happening over here now. And then up here, so that kind of wraps up where we picked up, where we stopped at yesterday, last night. Now we're going to enter into the Page of Cups reversed. Lacking nourishment is what I'm seeing here with this. I feel like you are lacking nourishment, mm, but maybe not just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. On some way, there's needs that aren't being met for you. Um, what is it? That would be a good question, coaching question to kind of ask yourself at this juncture in the reading. What have I not been getting fed? How, in which areas do I feel like my needs aren't getting met on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level? In what ways do I need to meet a need to feel more nourished on a whole health level? Does that make sense? Okay. Hmm. And I feel like this lack of nourishment on these levels are also draining your creative ability, and it's halting your forward movement, and it's leaving you feeling very discouraged and very blind. affecting your ability to have vision for your future and for your life, which I feel like I'm getting this feeling of like that you're typically very good at that, like having a vision for the future, being able to see foresight into what you are manifesting, being able to pick up on some things intuitively about where you're going, where you're headed, all of that. And like you can't see it. It's like I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see where I'm going. Um, but it's because of the lack of nourishment. So this is like big energy on self-care, big self-care energy is what this guy's meaning right here. Hmm. And also feel this energy of multiply what you're already doing. So you are probably doing some things to help. You've got some skills, okay? You're doing some things that nourish you, that help you, that make you feel good. You have some kind of self-care routines. You do have things that are set in place. You have a foundation, but I'm hearing multiply it, amplify it, do it more. So like if you're doing um, I don't know, let's say if you're exercising 2 days a week, find 4 days a week that you can get exercise in. Or if you're getting good rest 3 days a week, let's try to find a way to sleep better 5 times a week, 6 times a week. Because I saw a foundation of like, I'm trying, like that kind of thing came to mind. I'm trying, I am trying to take care of myself. I am trying to nourish myself on all the levels. And I think Spirit just really wanted to commend you on like, hey, you are, I get it. Like you are trying to, and you are doing a good job. It's not to say that you're not doing well. It's just saying it needs to happen more because, or more deeply. So maybe you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping well. You're not sleeping in a way that is restful, like you're just crashing out at night and then waking up in the morning and then still feeling really tired. So something has to change about that sleep. Maybe you're eating, but you're not eating the right kinds of foods that are nourishing to your body, right? Something has to shift or change about the nourishment for it to actually be effective. Is that making sense? Okay, so take that how it applies to you, okay? And then staying up at night. So I am seeing an energy of staying up at night, thoughts, worries, things like that. Possibly a meditation practice needs to be implemented into your self-care. And then one that I really love to do to take the negative thoughts or the thoughts, the worries, things like that that will go through your head at night. We want to get those out of your dream state, okay? Listen to me. This is important. We want to keep the negative thoughts out of the dream state. So you want to do a little practice before you go to bed. Don't go to bed with the weight of the day. Okay, go to bed with the weight of the day, the thoughts about the day. Journal. I have an AI thing that I will like purge into. I call it word vomit. I will word vomit into this AI thing and just tell it all the things that I am going through, that I'm thinking, that are bothering me. Or if you like to journal, if you like to, or you can even do a meditation where you literally take, this is in my book actually. I wrote this. How to Wear a Crown, a practical guide to knowing your worth. It talks about a specific meditation that you do like computer tabs. I'm going to tell it to you. Like, buy my book and get it. No, I'm going to tell it to you right now for free. Look, okay, so you just imagine that like your mind is a computer screen and that you have tabs open on the computer. Okay. And then every tab is one of those, where's the card? Is one of those thoughts that's keeping you up at night. Okay. And then you conclude each tab. Okay. You think through as much as you can think through. And then you find like, and when I say conclude, that just means that we find a way to put it at rest for the night. Like, well, there's nothing I can do about that today. I'll have to make a plan to do that tomorrow. Right. So we make a note in the calendar to do that tomorrow. Or that's about the past, and the past is the past, so there's nothing to do about it now. You know, you find something to say to yourself that kind of concludes that thought, that wraps it up, and then we can close out that tab, so to speak. Okay. So each one of those thoughts is going to be like a tab. So you can do that meditation. Or also, I'm just seeing like more time. I'm seeing more time and space in between your day and the busyness of your day and the going to sleep. Put some space in there for decompression. So even if you're not actively thinking about like fixing the thoughts, concluding the thoughts, and doing all those things, at least having like a winding down process, having some tea, taking a bath. Um, I have a massage chair that I sit in at night. Um, go outside, go somewhere peaceful, listen to a meditation music. Um, a lot of us see what we do is we drown out the thoughts. We try not to think about them before we go to bed by watching TV or listening to music or doom scrolling or something like that. And I'm hearing that that's not what you need to be doing. What you need to be doing is giving yourself a period of time where you're not on your phone, where you're not even even if it's watching me. Okay. I love you guys. I love you guys, but even if it's watching me, turn it off. Okay. Because your sleep is more important. Your sleep is more important. Okay. I love you. Subscribe, follow, all the things, but not it before bedtime. Okay. You turn it off. Turn, turn this off. All right. And you take some time to let your mind decompress so that you can get more restful sleep. Saying this is very, very important for this future self that you're evolving into. What else do we have? What else we have going on? Make sure that if you're live on TikTok with me, I'm on YouTube and TikTok right now at the same time. So if you're on TikTok with me, go ahead and make sure that you follow. Let's get some more followers today. Okay. I'm seeing I'm seeing that you feel like you're in a stuck place. I'm feeling that you are in a changed, you've changed. You've changed a lot. And that's making you feel stuck because you don't know who you are exactly. Um, you've been through so much. I'm seeing being through so much and that it throwing your world upside down. Um, I'm seeing lots of, and this coming from external, like things happening to you, people doing things to you, people doing you wrong, people stabbing you in the back, people hurting you with their words. Um, and just seeing like so many things that are like one after like those seasons of your life where it's like one after another after another after another. This happened, that happened, that happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. Like if you were to book a therapy session today, you couldn't even tell them all the things that have happened to you in this year. You couldn't tell them all the things that have happened to you in the last 2 years. You would need 10 therapy sessions just to get the person caught up to where you're at right now. Like it's been so much, it's like trauma overload, right? And that it just feels like one big traumatic experience, even though really, if you looked into this traumatic experience, it's broken down into multiple little things. That's what I'm seeing here with this was that all you know is you like it was like a wave smacked you on the beach. Big wave came and just, but really, it's a that wave is a collection of water drops, like, and all that stuff just like hits you at once, one after another, after another, after another, wave after wave after wave after wave. And it turned your world upside down. But let's start moving into some advice. So, like, at this point, I think that we should know if this reading is for you. You should be resonating with it at this point. If it is, let's move into where's this wheel? The wheel, it started with that. The wheel in the sky. Oh, there's the person. This is the person that came out in the reading last night on YouTube. The selfish. I'm getting a new perspective on them though. Is that so yesterday it was more about like this hoarding energy that they are not generous, that they are not um a reciprocal energy. Um, but this is giving me another facet is that they feel abundant finally for the first time ever. Heather. They feel abundant for the first time ever. They've never felt abundant. They've always lived in lack mentality, this person has, and they feel abundant for the first time ever. And that's why they're treating you this way. Okay. They feel abundant for the first time ever. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to hold that energy. They don't know how to carry that, how to not manipulate it, how to not um I just want to say like F it up. Basically, they don't know how to not F it up. They just don't know how. Because they've never lived outside of a lack mentality before. So now that they have something that feels like it's a value, a sense of self-worth, or things going on in their world that are feel like it's a value wealth thing. It's like now it's put them in an inflated ego, and that's where that traumatizing behavior is coming from. Not that's not an excuse, and that doesn't dismiss this behavior that's happened, okay, but like it does give us some insight and some understanding into why, and that helps with the grief. So a lot of our reading last night on YouTube was about grief too, and healing grief. And so that's one of those things. And so I was shown that person from a new angle, that the person, they just are too naive. They're just spiritually unawakened, and they don't know what to do with a wealth energy, and it's inflating the ego and causing that behavior that feels really like selfish and like, what? Who are you? That's like changed them over like in a really strange way. To where now you feel like you don't know this person. You're like, who are you? Um, but I want to move back to you because it's not really about this person. It's about how the person, these experiences that you've gone through have affected you. So let's move all of that over here and come back to this. So what it did was make you feel less abundant. Also, it changed your relationship with generosity. It changed your relationship with wealth. You stopped wanting to be, it changed your heart, where you were a person who felt like your cup was overflowing and I want to give and I want to give and I want to give and I want to help and I want to help and I want to help and I want to serve and I want to serve and I want to serve. And you just felt like there was so much to give and so much to offer. And it changed you to be treated like this. And it made you close your heart. It made you harden your heart. It changed your mindset um, around limitless abundance, which I feel like you did not see that coming. Like you did not think that that part of you was possible to be changed. And like, but it did though. Like it changed you on that level, in such a deep level. Oh, I'm seeing some hearts, so we're resonating. Okay. Um, it changed you on that kind of a deep level, and made you want to stop being a giver. But what I'm say hearing is don't let that change you. Okay, grieve this, let this go. You're still who you are, and you can't let other people's pain and trauma and unawakened negative behavior change your heart. You're still who you are, and you still have to be who you are at the end of the day. So you leave that in the past and you move on, continuing to be the beautiful, generous, amazing, giving, supportive, nurturing human being that you are. um just because you that is the changed version, that hardened person that got had their relationship with generosity and you know all the stuff changed, that was a version of you that had to come out, that you had to adapt into becoming in order to re- protect yourself from that person or people. Okay, or people that that had those kind of behaviors. But you are changing and evolving into a new person now that is no longer going to allow people like this into your life. And so it's safe to be that open-hearted, generous, overflowing, cups overflowing, there's more than enough, generous kind of person with the people that you're going to be attracting as the new evolved version of yourself here soon. Okay. You will be able to and allowed to be yourself in the fullest around this new crowd of people, around these new friends, around the people and places and the things that God is going to bring into your life soon. Okay. And I do want to say that um, and here's this card again. This came out yesterday's reading too, that it's a gift being like hand delivered by the universe, that you're getting a true desire, a deep desire, one that you've always wanted that's like beyond your wildest dreams. Um, like it's gonna feel even better than you could expect. And you've been doing the work and you've been changing things and making setting things in motion and performing the actions that you need to take to change your life. But and so you're expecting this to happen because you've done so much work to make it happen. But also at the same time, it's going to be better than you could have imagined. Like you've visualized it, you've thought about it, you're manifesting it, you're doing all the things. But like when you actually get here, you're going to be like, better than I could have even imagined. I can't even believe that it feels like this. And you're like, I knew that it was going to feel like this, like logically, like I knew that it was going to feel like this, but you're going to be like, oh, I can't believe that like I have this now. I can't believe how amazing this is. I can't believe how good this feels. Like that's what this is going to be like for you. Um, but you're still in process. I know that sucks. You're still in process. You're still in the midst. You're still working towards it, and we still have. Mm, we're more in the beginning of it. So like, let's say like this is the whole journey. You're maybe like a third. Okay, so timeline wise, I don't know what that means, but I'm seeing that if this is like the whole journey, you're like here. Okay, you're not even at the halfway mark yet. Okay, so just take that as for what it is. Um, Guys, I told you. Look, it's the beginning of the reading. If you were here at the beginning, the reason I did this reading today was because I kept hearing the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. And it made me think of the Wheel of Fortune. And I was like, swear, Wheel of Fortune card's gonna come out in this reading. And if it doesn't, I'll quit. If it doesn't, I'll quit. I'll never do another reading again. But I knew that this card was going to show up. Not really. But I was like, it's going to show up. The Wheel of Fortune card's going to show up. I just don't know when. Well, here it is. And it showed up with the lovers, but both feel like they're in reverse right now. Ooh. So I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. So you're having a bad relationship with the Wheel of Fortune because you're like, I don't trust you anymore with the fortune. When is it my turn? When I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. And that also is in alignment with what we were talking about earlier, where the card I pulled, where it was like you're blinded and you can't see the future and the vision. Um, and you're used to being able to see the future and the vision. You're like, God normally gives me more than this. Like when I ask for an answer, when I ask for clarity on the timeline, when I ask for clarity on um, the what, when, how, I normally get more details than this. And I've been asking and asking and asking, and spirits told me nothing about this future trajectory that I'm on. I can't talk. I promise. I just need more coffee. Mhm. But that's what I'm hearing is that you feel like you normally get more answers, you normally get more details, and there's a portion of this that you're not allowed to know. There's a portion of this future that you're not allowed to know. Okay. And that's on purpose because it's a surprise. Okay. If you want to go back to, where we gotta go back to? We gotta go all the way back to the beginning of the read where we were here. And you know, and you expect what's coming, but there's a portion that the universe is giving you a surprise along with this expected heart's desire because it's a surprise. So think about if you've ever given somebody a surprise. Okay. Why would you want to keep it a secret? Because it wouldn't be as good when the time comes if they knew. That's why you wrap the present. That's why you stuff it away in the top of your closet. That's why you don't tell them that you got it. But the whole time you were like finding the perfect gift for this person that you love. And you were like, this is going to be the wrapping paper. And this is what it's going to look like when I give it to them. And they're probably going to be like so surprised and shocked. And like, you're not going to give away your secret of the surprise. And that's what it's like for the divine right now. And you're like upset though. You're like, tell me what is, you're like a kid on Christmas. Tell me what you got me. I want to know what you got me. But no, you have to wait till Christmas. No, says God. You have to wait till Christmas. You cannot open your presents before Christmas. So I always refer to like the relationship between us and God as like this child, and parent dynamic because it's so funny. Because we get like that, don't we, with God? Like this bratty child's like, well, give it to, I want it now. Like very Veruca Salt, don't care how, I want it now. No, you can't have it now. It's not time. It's not Christmas yet. Okay. So we have to wait. This is God's time, not yours. And that's why the Wheel of Fortune popped up. The song popped up in my head this morning about the Wheel of Fortune. And that is why you're upset with the Wheel of Fortune because you feel like it's not turning in your favor. But it is, and it will, and it is your turn. It's already happened. The gifts have already been bought, they've already been wrapped. They're just up in the closet, hiding, waiting for the right time. Okay. So trust that everything that you want is already there. Okay. Just like when you do Christmas for your kids, you handled it, right? You handled it months prior. You have them wrapped, right? You got it all together. Like you know it's coming, but they just don't know yet. Okay, you're the child that doesn't know everything's handled yet. It's handled. It's God. Come on, trust a little bit. Have a little bit of faith. It's handled. And then I'm seeing lovers in reverse. So maybe this is your big concern. Something in love, but don't worry, it's handled. Don't worry, it's handled. And seeing don't walk away now. Don't quit before the miracle happens. Don't walk away now. You kind of feel like you want to. You're like, well, this isn't working. I've been putting all this hard work into this. I've been doing all of this. I've been trying so hard. I've been doing all the manifestation techniques, blah, 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 blah. I've been doing it all. Right? You've been doing all the things and you're not seeing the result. But you're not seeing the result because it's just not the right time yet. You've done everything right. God loves you. You're going to get what you deserve in a positive way. Don't quit now. Keep going as instructed. Keep going on what you've been working on. Um, don't walk away from everything that you've built and everything that you've done, um, feeling like that there must be something wrong with it, or you must have done it incorrectly, and that you need to just wipe the slate clean and just start all over because obviously you did it wrong. That's not how it is. Keep going. Don't stop now. Don't quit before the miracle happens. Okay. But that relationship with the Wheel of Fortune, It's trusting timing. And in that song when he says, I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Well, you don't know. And that's okay. It's okay to not know. Tell yourself it's okay to not know. Write in the comments it's okay to not know. I don't have to know. I don't have to know all the answers. We're going to surrender. We're going to trust God. We're going to have faith. We're going to have trust that God knows where we're going tomorrow. Okay. And that can be enough for us today. Can we let that be enough for us today? That we have a divine higher power that knows all things and that we are the human that does not know all things and that can be okay to just be the human being. And then I'm seeing and that doesn't have to be like a heartbreak, right? It doesn't have to be upsetting that you're a human. You can embrace your humanity. You can embrace that that's your role. Fall in love with life. Fall in love with your humanity. Fall in love with your role being the human and not being the higher power. Let the higher power let God work. Let God do God's job and you do your job as the human. Okay. And then I want to come back to the fact that the advice earlier was about self-care and right, just like focus on the smaller things. Like your job is so simple and you're making it really hard by encroaching on God's territory. Okay. Wanting to know everything, wanting to be able to see the whole future, wanting to be able to blah, 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 blah. Okay. But your job is so simple. Take care of the vessel, take care of the human, take care of the meat suit, take care of the human vessel, get better sleep, eat better food, meditate, touch grass. Okay, like your job is real simple. Get back to the basics is what I call it. Back to the basics, back into your body, back into your humanity. Touch the grass, eat the food, drink the water, um, hang out with other humans, find something joyous to focus on, let yourself relax. This is just one, like it's just one day, you know, basically is what I just heard. It's just one day. Like focus on this day and what you can do with this day. I feel like this energy of like trying to do like fix all your life's problems in like a day. And it's like it's just one day. Do what you can in that day. Do what you can for this moment. What can you do? Like you're focusing on things that you can't do, focusing on things that you can't control, focusing on things that are too big of goals to achieve and you're draining yourself of energy. Okay. So focus on the things that you can get done. So it's like instead of trying to solve, I don't know, what's an example of like a really big problem that could be in your life? Maybe you want like a new house. Okay. That's a really big goal. Okay. To get a whole brand new house. So don't focus on that today. Focus on making the house that you're in more comfortable. Maybe you want what's something that you could want? A better career. Instead of focusing on that, focus on doing the job that you currently have to the best of your ability. Um, or sending in one resume, right? Or instead of like maybe you have a goal of like creating, I don't know, a whole empire. Maybe you just got big, big dreams and you want to make like a whole empire of some sort. Instead of focusing on that whole end result, focus on like the laundry, like just like what can you do? What's a more achievable human goal for today, for tomorrow, for the next day? Focus on more achievable things. I feel like this big desire to focus on the big, big, big things. And I'm just hearing that as advice that if you focus on smaller things, um, more achievable goals, which would be like objectives, right? So our goals are the big things that we work towards. We break down those big goals into objectives, but then we also have like just normal daily tasks that are like maintenance to keep us feeling well. So I see this temperance in reverse that like you're not feeling well on like a day-to-day basis, but it's like because I'm too focused on the future, like way, way, way in the future, and not trusting the timing of the universe. And so I was like not even doing the laundry, and like I'm not even cleaning the bathroom, or just like something simple that you could do if you just stop, like get out of the future and come back to right now. So that's what I'm hearing. Focus on those daily tasks. I'm going to switch to my deck now because I'm going to wrap this up soon. This is my deck. It's called the How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance Cards, based on all of the beautiful messages and teachings from my book, How to Wear a Crown, A Practical Guide to Knowing Your Worth. You can get it on wherever. You can Google it. You can go to my website. I'm findable. Okay. But these are gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. It like mimics the cover, but like tarot style. Isn't that cute? So cute, right? Look. Okay. So we have rule one. So the whole book is broken down into 4 rules of royalty. And this is the first rule. So that really is in alignment with like getting it down to those basics. And then the basics of my teachings are, this is the very first one. Speak to yourself like royalty. It just means doing really good self-talk. If you don't know about self-talk, if you don't know how to do that in a really conscious way that helps you and your sense of self-worth change for the better, grab a copy of my book. It's like $16.99. Okay. And it's got a bajillion dollars worth of value in it. Okay. I put so much blood, sweat, and tears and love into that book. You will adore it. It's beloved. You should see the reviews. Like go look at the reviews. People love my book and I love my book. And it was channeled from God himself. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so proud of it. Like I did the work to get it out into the world, but I give God the glory and the credit because it is like I couldn't have done that on my own. But rule one is speak to yourself like royalty. So watch how you're speaking to yourself. I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. I feel like it's unachievable, really high expectations that no human being could be like, you wouldn't put those expectations on anybody else that you know. Yet for you, you're like, I have to do everything and wear a cape. Okay, take your cape off. Remember that you're a human. Let's pull one. Nope, let's not. Nope, that's the end. That's the end. Take your cape off. Be a human. So that's my deck, the Divine, How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance cards. They're not available for sale just yet, but they will be. Stay plugged in. Stay in my world. If you haven't followed, follow. I would love to see my follower count go up today. That'd be amazing. That'd be a good day for me. Um, I'm on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously right now. So TikTok, there's ways to show love. On YouTube, there's ways to show love. If you want to support me, I would be super honored. If you want to know more, my website's www.RachelDGreenwell.com. It's just my name. Super easy. But that's the end of the reading. And then everybody that enters my world, that enters my space, I would like you to leave knowing 3 things. Okay. And those 3 things are that you are worthy, you are powerful, and you are full of potential. So say it back to me. All right. Write it in the comments, affirm it. I am worthy, I am powerful, and I am full of potential. And I will affirm you back. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, so like, follow, subscribe, check me out on all the stuff. I love you so much. I'll see you back here next time. Let me end YouTube first, I guess.